the area. The traffic has come to a standstill in Rawalpindi.
Mubashir,
Everywhere there are traffic jams. So is in Islamabad, from 0 point till RGH Hospital, which is about 10 kilometers. The traffic is at a standstill.
Mubashir, now there are reports coming into the newsroom that violence has erupted in parts of Karachi and around Pakistan. Obviously, people very angered by this attack on the PPP rally and the assassination of Miss Bhutto in particular, of course, and the government is asking people to remain indoors, to stay safe, to remain indoors and to stay calm, of course. As you say, people are thronging onto the streets following this attack. Obviously, there had been a previous attack. It was called an assassination attempt on the 18th of October when Miss Bhutto jubilantly returned to Pakistan here in Karachi on the 18th of October. Jubilant then, there was obviously a suicide blast attack on her convoy when she was coming down the Shara Festival. Things stayed calm then, but however there are fears that violence may erupt countrywide.
Well, certainly, this grief and mourning will turn into anger and anguish for the people who have seen one of the most popular leaders of the country perished in a suicide attack, and this will not go down easily. All the appeals of to the people to remain calm will be in vain, because it's such a shocking news. It's such a shocking incident that people will refuse to obey any orders to stay calm, because they are out in the streets expressing their sentiments over the loss of one of the top political leaders of the country. And as far as violence is concerned, this is now inevitable to happen, because they will take out their frustration over that how it could happen despite so much security over there. And when Benazir Bhutto in her address also recounted some of her key steps that she had taken to eradicate extremism and terrorism from the society, and she promised that she will battle the terrorists, but unfortunately she lost the battle to the terrorists today. But her party leaders, this will certainly increase their resolve to fight this menace, which is now getting too much bigger.
Mubashir, let's talk about the incident itself. Now, it's understood it was a motorcyclist who approached her car as she was leaving. So this happened outside the cordon of the Liaquat Bagh, of course, as she was leaving. So what about security at the Bagh? You were there.
Well, yes, security was there. As far as in the park, the Liaquat Bagh, the security inside was adequate, but no one would have thought that when she come out, there were several policemen on the door where she was taken, and there were certainly Janisarane Benazir or Janisarane PPP, her personal security guards, who took her to the podium in a strict security measures. I have witnessed that security, and there were metal scanners, but that was all inside the park. Outside the park, there was no security. People were coming in, except the traffic was not allowed there, but there was no check on the people who were coming near the park, and I think that is the security lapse that cost Benazir Bhutto her life, that there was no one outside on the road to check whether anyone will attempt a suicide attack on Benazir Bhutto.
And I'm sure there'll be calls for investigations into this security breach, of course. Mubashir, let's talk a bit about Benazir Bhutto herself. Obviously, the daughter of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, who was executed in April 1979, just down the road from Liaquat Bagh. Now, today, she has lost her life to a suicide bomber and an assassination attempt. Both the family has a history of a turbulent past in politics.
Certainly, Bhutto family has seen so many tragic deaths that but this death is certainly biggest because it has come at a time when the country is facing grave challenges of terrorism. Although her father Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. He also faced challenges because he took power after separation of Bangladesh from Pakistan. But he died in different circumstances. He was killed by a military dictator who manipulated a judicial verdict to hang her father. But now her brother, Musa Bhutto, was killed, was ambushed in Clifton area of Karachi.
Okay.
But now she has become became a victim to the new reality, which is that extremism and terrorism is growing to an unforeseen, unprecedented manner in Pakistan.
Okay, Mubashir Zaidi, thanks very much for that update in Islamabad. I'm sure we'll be coming back to you during our coverage of this sad event in Pakistan. Let's now cross over to Sindh. I'm joined on the line by M.H. Khan, a correspondent who joins me from Hyderabad. M.H. Khan, can you tell us what is the reaction in Sindh, particularly you're in Hyderabad? There must be a serious outcry and a sense of grief amongst people there.
Well, Saima, I'm standing here in front of the DPO office, Hyderabad, and there seems to be a complete breakdown of law and order, as 2 vehicles have so far been burned by miscreants on Sessions Court Road, while there is complete power shutdowns on main arteries of the city. The unruly mob could be seen everywhere on the road, breaking and smashing signboards, billboards of political parties, private banks, and other commercial signboards.
Okay, now what are people saying to you? What are they speaking out about?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, what are people saying when they're out on the streets?
As soon as the news of Benazir Bhutto's death reached the city, the people there was a strong reaction by the people raising G.A. Bhutto slogans, who were coming out on the roads while raising G.A. Bhutto slogans, while the traffic remained completely off the road on main arteries, and I saw families, including women and children,